If you have a fear, where did that fear come from? Is it actually true? Or is it just rubbish that is going on in your head for whatever reason? It's unique to you why you think the way that you think, but it's never okay and it's never acceptable to class your thoughts as the truth if they are not fact. And if someone does that to you and you also get triggered like how I got triggered, then always come back to yourself, reground, try to remove yourself from the negative energy and reaffirm yourself with what is the truth. So what is the truth?
This is episode 118.
I am so happy that you're here and thank you for joining my show, your coach, Helen Yuskovic. I am on a worldwide mission to help people get confident in putting themselves first because I used to put myself second my whole life. And because of that, I experienced every unhealthy relationship possible. An unhealthy relationship with myself, my health, my wealth, my intimate relationships, my family, my friends, and my career. I'm now living in an abundance that I used to just dream about. So I want to pave the way for you too. It's time, guys. It's time that you live in the life of your dreams as well. So let's take a step towards that right now. Here's subscribe to my podcast on your app now so that you always tune in to my new episodes. Hello and welcome to our Micro Mindful Moment series where I reflect on the week that was with the hopes that you too will reflect on the week that was for you as well and how we can make improvements for our upcoming week. So personal development, guys, is this ongoing evolution of yourself. It's the best journey that you will ever go on. And once you start to peel the onion layers of yourself, whether it's healing or learning or educating, whatever it is that you're working on, you will not regret it. It is the best investment that you can make for yourself. It's what has made my career change to a coach because I loved it so much. And I just can't believe that I have a job where I can help people to be the best version of themselves. It's like I have to pinch myself every single day because it's crazy. And you know when they say you become the person that you always needed when you were younger? Yeah, I needed someone that believed in me, that supported my dreams and helped to give me the steps that I needed to take to get to where I wanted to go. I had to do that all myself. And so that's why I'm so passionate about working with people and helping them to reach their dreams, reach their goals, and accomplish all the things that they really desire because everything is possible with the right proximity of people around you, with the right support that you have, with the right environment. You're unstoppable, my friend. You can do anything at all. And I love being people's cheerleader and support person. I just feel like it is exactly what I needed growing up. And it's such a brilliant opportunity. And it's very healing for me to be able to help heal others and to help others. I digress. Back to the show. Micro Mindful Moment. The first thing that I want to talk about is what I learned last week. What I learned last week is that self-care isn't selfish. So I came back from a road trip very exhausted. It was our annual road trip and me and my best friend, we had a third person join us this time. And it was a very different experience. I came back very exhausted, not relaxed. It wasn't the road trip that I thought it was going to be. And so when we came back to Sydney, we were driving for 6,000 kilometers up the far north coast of Australia. When we came back, I was just exhausted and I booked a little Airbnb an hour away from home up the Central Coast for a little holiday from my holiday. And when I went away, I finally got a chance to just relax and feel like I was on a holiday. And so I spent 3 nights there doing the things that you should be doing on a break, relaxing, chilling out, reading my book, going to the beach, being slow, enjoying the days, catching up with friends, and just filling myself up with all of that self-care for those 3 nights and 4 days was so beneficial. I got time to work on my year, my goals, what I want to achieve, where I want to go this year, and I am now super clear, super ready to go. And it was the best thing that I did at the start of the year was put myself first and remind myself that self-care isn't selfish. The second thing I want to talk about is a beautiful moment that I had last week. And that beautiful moment has to be with my best friend and her daughter, because they came and saw me as well and stayed with me, is that we all went kayaking and paddleboarding, and we had the best time. The day before, my best friend and her daughter, we had like a life raft thing in the Airbnb. So we took it to the lagoon that we were close to, and we had oars that they could use to paddle with as well. So they sat in this like lifeboat thing, and they were trying to synchronize their rowing, their paddling, and they just couldn't get it. And they would just bang each other's oars, and it was so funny. They went around in circles. It's harder than you think. You know, getting up on the paddleboard for me was crazy. I didn't realize it was that hard. So I started just sitting on it. Then I got onto my knees on the paddleboard, and I was like, oh, this is okay. Then I stood up and I was like, whoa, come into play, all of your like stability muscles. And yep, thank gosh I did yoga. And then I used the kayak, which is so much easier. Paddleboarding is hard. Have you done it before? Let me know your experience and what your tips and tricks are for this to get it right. I'd love to do it again, but that was a beautiful moment. I can just still vividly see that memory in my mind, and I will have that for the rest of my life. Number 3, a podcast or a book that I recommend. The one that I recommend this week is a podcast by Esther Perel, and it's called Where Should We Begin? Esther Perel is a relationships counselor, psychologist, expert, and this show is couples that are in therapy anonymously, and it's a glimpse and an insight into a session with a third person. So I learned so much about relationships from her. She has books, The State of Affairs. She has brilliant podcasts, and she sheds a lot of light on relationships and how to have healthy relationships. And so if relationships is something that you want to dig deep in this year, definitely go and check out her podcast, Where Should We Begin? And put the link in the show notes as well for you. What to improve this week? Nourishing my work team. So I, as a boss, love making sure that my staff are supported and questions are answered, they don't feel lost, and they are super excited and happy to be at work today. So yeah, one thing that I want to improve on is to spend more time nourishing them and creating any sort of trainings that they need, and just to make sure that we always have open, beautiful communication, so that way everyone is safe and everyone is comfortable and everybody is excited to perform their best, and yeah, to ensure that productivity is high. Next, a tip, hack, or strategy for this week. Trust your gut. I think at the start of this year was the last time that I'll ever not trust my gut. My gut is always right, which means your gut is always right. And as a coach, that's what I work on, building your rapport back with your gut instinct, because it's out of rapport. And so I love my gut instinct, so much. And whenever I don't trust it, something goes wrong. And it's the lesson of like, why didn't you just trust your gut, Helen? You knew this was going to happen and you didn't listen to me. So if you're one of those people, your gut instinct comes up with your answer to your problem in microseconds. So you've just really got to learn to tune in to the voice, right? And it's the very first answer that you hear in your voice, in your mind. That is your gut instinct. You trust it. If you're with someone and there's a vibe that you're getting, trust your gut instinct, okay? So if you're getting any negative vibes, and trust your gut is saying to you, this person has negative vibes, watch out, or take the appropriate action. So if this is something that you need to work on, hypnotherapy is really great for it, as well as timeline therapy and coaching with an NLP coach, because we do a lot of that. And that's one of the things that I love instilling confidence in, is walking away from your coach saying, I've got this. I trust my own decisions. I trust myself and I love myself. So I've got this. It's like music to my ears. Now, the last thing that I want to end on is the affirmation for the week. And the affirmation for the week is, I am enough. There was an instance where I was triggered by a girlfriend on our road trip about driving. And it triggered me because it made me feel like I wasn't enough. And what the problem was that I shouldn't drive early in the morning in case of roadkill, whereas my other girlfriends believed, in their opinion, that they were more suitable to drive in the morning because of roadkill. It's just bullshit and stories that play in their head. And I knew that straight away. And I would just observe and listen to these stories, these lies that go on in their head, thinking, look at how much control our thoughts have over us, to the point where we're believing our own lies. And this triggered me a lot. Why? Because I'm a morning person. Most people know that. So I meditate in the morning. I have high energy in the morning. I'm super alert, very vibrant in the morning, and it is my time. And when someone was telling me that, no, it wasn't my time, I was just, taken aback and triggered and thought, hold on, wait, I have all of my points on my license. I am super energetic, super healthy, super alert, very reactive. And why am I allowing someone else's opinion to affect me so much? And so I would meditate on that. And I immediately take myself out of a situation so that I can reflect and think, hold on, why is this triggering me? And then I would reaffirm myself with my higher learnings, which is, I am enough. I am an amazing driver. I trust myself, and sending strength and love to my friends that buy into the stories of their mind, which is absolute bullshit stories, which we all do. If you have a fear, where did that fear come from? Is it actually true, or is it just rubbish that is going on in your head for whatever reason? It's unique to you why you think the way that you think. But it's never okay and it's never acceptable to class your thoughts as the truth if they are not fact. And if someone does that to you and you also get triggered like how I got triggered, then always come back to yourself, reground, try to remove yourself from the negative energy and reaffirm yourself with what is the truth. So what is the truth? I am enough. I am lovable. I am worthy. I deserve it all. Everything will always be okay. This is just a moment in time. This too shall pass. I am love. I can just keep going. So that's what I do with myself. I just remind myself who I am at the core. What is the truth? And that's what I wanted to leave you with today, guys. I hope you have the most amazing week. I hope you loved this episode. Please come onto my Instagram and just let me know what you liked about this show today and what resonated with you the most, because I would love to chat with you and to converse with you and to hear about what it is that you got out of this. See you next week. Thank you times infinity for spending time with me. It really means a lot. Putting yourself first will really help escalate your goals, your dreams, and I love being on the journey with you. So make sure you come and tell me on my Instagram at Whole Health, which is HOL_health, and comment below this podcast photo to share your thoughts on my show today. And if you enjoyed it, please leave me a 5-star review on iTunes or Spotify so that I can keep bringing amazing value to you. I'm sending you truckloads of love, power, and joy. Bye for now.